welcome to today's edition of the temperature blanket. Yeah, I'm not in good spirits today. I'm not. There's something bothering me, so I hope you'll bear with me with my low voice and me not being enthusiastic. So today is February 28, 2024. The temperature at 6 p.m. It's not yet 6 p.m. But I need to get this done so I can go study. But the projected temperature for 6 p.m. is 58 degrees Fahrenheit. So as per the chart, 58 is in the bright citrus range. Therefore, we'll be cutting this. I already cut it. And then we'll continue with this bright citrus. Yeah, I'm not in high spirits. Well, today would have been a good time to do story time because what is happening is ridiculous. So, I have this relative, my favorite uncle. He's everybody's favorite uncle. He passed away last year in May. May his soul rest in peace. He was the most peaceful person I've ever known. Like, he's the person who always says, okay, let it go, like all the time. Even when he can see glaringly that whatever the other person is doing, like, just let it go, it's not worth it. Like, he will always be that person to try and let peace reign. And tell me why, after his passing, there's so much chaos. The person he was married to, well, I don't even know if I should say he was still married to, because the lady packed her bags and left. That woman is evil. The most evil person I've ever met. I don't understand why some good people always end up with very horrible people. My uncle is the sweetest and the kind, like the nicest person you would ever meet. That's who my uncle is. And I'm not even exaggerating. All of us, all the nieces and nephews, like this my uncle. Like, he knows what's up. He's kind. I didn't have to worry about books growing up because whenever school vacates, we just give my mom a call. Okay, tell them to bring their list. My uncle had a bookshop. So we always had books for school, always. We didn't have to worry about that at all. But then my uncle decided to get married to this evil, abusive woman who would abuse my uncle verbally, abuse any cousin who goes to visit physically and verbally. So when I was in grade 6 in the boarding house, I think after third term in grade 6, my uncle came to visit Takade. He's like, hey, you, every time there's vacation, you don't come and visit me. So this vacation, you should come and visit me. I usually go to my grandmother's. I told you all that. I like to go to Ekwe because my grandmother pampers me and I enjoy being there, you know. I have friends over there. It's fun. But my uncle is my favorite uncle. So I'm like, well, since my favorite uncle is asking me to come and visit, I'll just go pay him a visit. So I packed my bags after vacation. What do you call it? After school went on vacation. And then my mom took me to the station. I took the car and then I went to my mom's hometown to visit my uncle. The first day was fine. Like, we're catching up. My uncle is just the kindest. Like, kids get him, you know, he gets kids because he knows how to communicate with children. He was a teacher, let me put it, so he's good at communicating with kids. He will make you, like, he'll make you feel at ease. He'll make you feel at peace. Like, he's that person. He has this gentle soul. I didn't even know that he had gone to the seminary when he was younger, but he decided to not continue. He should have gone. Don't forgive me for saying this, but he should have gone because, how did he end up meeting this evil person? I'm sad. So, this woman, the first day, I noticed I had another cousin who, when we lived in Takrady, she used to visit us, and I love that cousin because that girl is hardworking. See, I'll wake up and then she has done all my chores for me, and I'll be so happy because I don't have to do any chores. And my mom loved her too because she's very hardworking. She was really hardworking. So, but then she was there at the time living with my uncle and that woman. And the first day, I noticed how the woman was treating her. I didn't like it. Like this one would hit her for the least reason. This girl is doing all the chores in the house. See those big blue gallons that people ship things in? Yep. Back then, they used to sell water in plastic bags, and this girl will bag whole gallon, like 2 gallons in a day, one in the morning, one in the evening, or something like. Because people really like to buy that. It was cheap, and she would bag all of that by herself. When she's done, her thumb is sore. This man doesn't care. The least thing, she would hit her. The least thing, like something that doesn't even require hitting, she would hit her. So I'm like, And at that time, phones were not common. Like mobile phones were not common. You have to go to a call center or use a phone card to make a call. So that very first night, I didn't really like how she was treating her. So I went to look for the call center, and then I called my mom. I'm like, Mommy, Minora is really suffering here. I just got here, and this is what I've noticed my uncle's, that lady, doing to her. And then my mom is like, we'll see what we'll do. Just, because I'm like, I want to come back home. I don't want to stay here because of how she's treating this girl. You should go tell the girl's mom that this is what this woman is taking her through. Because I don't understand why she's always hitting her for no reason. So my mom was like, you don't worry, I'll tell the mom. The next day, this woman decided to bring her matter to me. Me. If not in me, as a kid, I was very firm in whatever I believe in. Let me put it that way, because you can't take advantage of me, or you won't treat me in any way, and I'll just keep quiet. And I thank God for how my dad raised us, because my dad raised us to be vocal and express ourselves. Whenever something was bothering us, we could go tell our daddy, so and so that is happening, like I don't like it or whatever. And then my dad would have like a nice conversation with us, you know. So I didn't like how that woman was treating my cousin. And then my mom was like, I told the mom to go get her. And then the next day, this woman decided to start it with me, and I'm like, I spoke back. I'm not going to keep quiet and let you mistreat me. I'm not my cousin. Because nobody knew that she was going through that. She didn't have a phone, and she hadn't thought of going to call or anything, because this woman was monitoring her like an eagle. Meanwhile, this woman had her relative in my uncle's bookstore, and this other lady was stealing from my uncle, and nobody was doing anything. So, but my cousin, who was diligently working and helping out and doing all the chores in the house, fetching water, taking care of her kids, because at the time she had two kids at the time, 2 boys, and they were very young. So this girl would take them to school before she goes to her school, and her school was far. Like, I didn't like how they were treating her. It wasn't right to me, and I was in grade 6 at the time, so I didn't think that was right. So the next day, I had at that time there was like this trend where you carry like a it's not a backpack, it's like a small purse or whatever around. And then that's when I was in the body house. Everywhere I go, I had this my small bag on me. So why this woman tells me, hey, go and put your bag down. Why are you always carrying your bag? I've been carrying it every day. Even when I was in Takade, I was carrying it, so I'm not going to put it down. And then she went to tell my uncle, hey, I told her to put the bag down. She doesn't want to put it down. I'm not putting it down. My mom, I was being a little disrespectful to her because of how she was treating my cousin. I spoke back. Like, nope, I'm not putting it down. Well, I don't even say that is disrespectful. That's me standing my ground, because you're not going to intimidate me. If I acted like I was scared, then maybe she would turn her issue on me. But I'm like, nope, I'm not putting the bag down. I went to call my mom again. Like, I am coming home. I don't want to stay here. I said, oh, just wait. But I had other aunties and uncles there. So one of my uncles, I went to tell him what had happened at home, and he gave her a warning. Don't you don't you even dare bring you up, because everybody knew that woman. Everybody knew her character. She's an evil person, and puts it that. Because my uncle was afraid of this woman. That's what I think. Because my uncle could never speak up for himself. He would always let this woman verbally abuse him, and he wouldn't say anything. He wouldn't say anything to call the abuse from this woman. I wouldn't say anything. So I was actually disappointed in my uncle at that point in time. I was young, I didn't understand, like, why is he not speaking up for my cousin? Why is he not standing up against this woman, and how she's slapping my cousin every day? Like, I was there for a week. I was supposed to be there for 2 weeks. Every day. Slap. No, I'm not even exaggerating. Every day. She would slap her for no reason. This woman would slap her young kids, the 2 boys. Anyway, one of them went to play football and didn't do the dishes or something like that he was supposed to do. This woman said, you went out to play football, I won't give you food. And for sure, a kid, like 5 or 6 years kid, this woman said she was going to starve the kid. But my uncle gave us money to buy food and eat. Because, like, how are you starving your own kids? Evil woman. I don't like that woman at all. So after my other uncle came in, I'm like, I don't want to stay here. So you can come and stay at our place. I'm like, uncle, I just want you. My uncle said to me, I shouldn't go. So I'll just wait. Out of the respect and love I have for him, I'll just stay. And I won't go. I'll wait. After a week, I'm like, nah, I can't stand watching this woman abuse my cousin like that. Physical abuse, every day slap. To the extent that my cousin was having ear issues, like water was coming out of her ears and stuff like that, from this woman's abuse. Nah. Like, why are you not running away and going back to Takade? Like, you know, my mom cannot really afford right now to take care of me, stuff like that. I'm like, nah, that's not the reason why you should come and stay at our house. You used to come to our house. My mom didn't treat you like that, so you can come and stay at our house. Because I enjoyed that cousin's company anyway. She was a good kid. A very hard-working lady. So I'm like, you know what? When I go back, I'll go and tell your mom to come and get you, okay? Because I've seen what you're going through, and I don't like it. And I don't know why my uncle is not speaking up for you. But right now, being older, I guess I understand. My uncle was afraid of that woman. Because the things I heard she put him through, oh my goodness. So he was just trying to like save face by not being on our side or something. He was just trying to let the thing subside. My uncle's a peaceful person. He doesn't like confrontation and stuff like that. So, like, you know, I'll let your mom know that this is happening to you, and then your mom will come and get you. And that is what I did. When it was time for me to leave, I left and never went back there. I left, got home. I didn't even get home. When I got to town, the first thing I did, I put my bag? I went to put my bag at home. I didn't sit down. Then I went back to town. I knew where my cousin's mom worked, and I went to her workplace. And I'm like, see, if you don't go and get my cousin, you won't hear good news. You hear that she's dead because of how this woman is beating her every day. Every single day. I'm not exaggerating. She would slap her, hit her. My cousin was in her puberty years at the time and had developed, like, you know, breasts and stuff. And this woman wouldn't buy her a bra. My cousin was actually, the woman was smallish, but, you know, my cousin had a little flesh on her. and this woman would give her her old bra that was torn. Like me, it took it took me a while to develop breasts. I was kind of masculine growing up anyway, so I didn't really have breasts and things like that till I was like 15 or 16. Yeah, so like, how are you giving her your old bra that is torn? You can't buy a new bra for her. It's not like you're broke or you're like, you can afford it. But because she's not your kid, well, even she was treating her own kid like that, so what do I even have to say about that? She's just an evil person, simple as that. So, you know, that's how it was. And I told my cousin's mom, she came, she's like, you know what, I'll just tell them that her grandmother wants to see her, and then when she comes, I'll let her go back. And that is how I rescued my cousin from my uncle's evil former wife, because that woman packed her stuff and left. Well, this is the end of today's video. Today's date was February 28, 2024. The highest temperature was 58 degrees Fahrenheit. And the average low, I think is 37. Maybe sure. It's either 37 or 38. So we are at the end of today's video. And that was the story time for you. It's not such a great story time because I hate abuse and abusive people. And that is who this woman was and still is. And I hope one day she gets what she gets, because you can't live in this world and treat people like that and think that God is going to bless you. Yeah, so this average low was 37. So 37, yep, you're stuck with this color for life for the granny squares. Alright, have a wonderful evening, you all, because if I say I'm doing a video, it's going to be like 20 minutes. I don't want to go more than that, so have a wonderful evening.